Hi everyone, welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm joined by Terry and Owen, and today we're going to be talking about Everton's home match against Manchester City. Owen, I'll come to you first. Where can we hurt Man City, or you seem to be the clean sheet mentality expert? Is that going to be what we need again?
Yeah, and I would say if you offered the whole team a 0-0 or a point now, they'll probably take it. I think it's point building. I think it's going to be a difficult game, especially over Christmas. We haven't got an array of players available, I would guess. So I think it's a game where you look to see what players you can put on the pitch to limit Man City and then hope for a moment or we just get a point. But I think it's going to be a difficult game. I know they've got players out too, but if you offered me a point now with a changed team, I would take it.
Terry, same question. Where can we hurt them, City?
Same way we hurt Chelsea, Leicester, teams like that. They're going to have more possession. The onus is going to be on them to attack, just frustrate them. Like Owen said, I'll take a point right now. It's more up in the air because we might not be able to play that team that got those wins against those other clubs. Mm-hmm. We might see, key men like Albert-Lewin rested. I don't know whether we'll see wholesale changes.
Yeah, I mean, think so.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because we only 46 or 48 hours before, so you don't know how much rotation is going to come in. I don't think it'll be a complete change because then that's just asking for the drubbing. I don't think we'll see like 7-8 changes, but you may see 3 or 4. You may see, I think Coleman's probably nailed on. I think you might see Andre Gomez, Bernard's come back in, Tosin, players like that. So it'll just be about, like Owen says, eyes down. It's a clean sheet mentality. You've just got to. You've just got to.
Your dabbers out, folks. It's Owen Park's bingo time.
Yeah. You've basically just got to stay compact, keep that defensive shape that we have been doing, and try and frustrate them, because City do, pass themselves into a bit of a twist sometimes. Like, they don't, make their dominance count in some games against well-organised teams, and then obviously try and hit them on set pieces, on breakaways, the likes of that. I think it'll be a tall order, and I'd be very surprised if we got the same team we got against Sheffield United. But if we were to play that team we played against Sheffield United, and maybe Bernard in for Gordon, which I think everyone's something, but I don't think we'll see, same team again with that short again around. I think a lot of players will be in the red zone for fitness, especially the ones who were playing before this. I think some players, the likes of Tom Davis, will probably still play because, they went in, they didn't have a run of games before this, so they're probably still quite fresh. But yeah, it's just a bit of luck, organisation, hard graft, basically keep the shape and let City pass themselves to death, because that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think of City as like, if a computer could play football, it would be Manchester City, because they can play great football at times and they're very, very neat and tidy. But if you mess one thing up or something goes wrong, the entire thing falls to bits. So I think, and when you compare them to another team at the top, Liverpool are more like, they're just going to go for the jugular. They're going to beat you and they're going to, try and hurt you from minute one. City, I don't think are like that. I think there's quite a bit of potential for us to win this game. And I'm pretty quietly confident for it. Obviously, a win for City takes them above us, Terry, so they're going to be wanting it, aren't they? Because, they've had a couple of dodgy results this season. They definitely need it, don't they?
Well, the league table in the top half is really tight. The gap between second and ninth is 4 points. So it's very fluid. What each weekend can change the composition of the league table drastically, but then the weekend after can change it back. So it's not, something to get bent out of shape over. Like, Man City won't be sitting there panicking that they're outside the Champions League places, because they know, a couple of results go their way and then, they're right in it. Same with ourselves. If we lose to Man City, you can, but then beat West Ham, still right in the mix. I don't know. I mean, you don't know whether this actually goes on. I would imagine it does, but I wonder if they've looked at the games over this period and totted up and gone, right, well, got far more chance of beating Sheffield United and West Ham than we have against Man City. So Man City will be the game where we just literally just grit our teeth and throw in Tosin and everyone else. And I don't think that will go for, I still don't think we'll see Nkunku or players like that, but you might see some of the fringe senior players coming in. And if we do, I think we're in for a long night, long 90 minutes, because I can't see the likes of Andre Gomez getting much joy out of City's midfield. But Carlo surprised us before with team selections. I thought he might have rotated for the Sheffield United game and he didn't. So who's to say he doesn't just roll with the same team? And then when we get to, because this period was always going to be difficult with the amount of, the injuries, even without the injuries, the squad depth is not great. But once you get into January, you go back to one game a week and you can sort of recover the players. And is it just a case of doing what you can in these quick fire games, and then when you get back to one game a week, you can start to recover players a lot easier and rotate with less impact. So it's a difficult one. I think everyone expects them to rotate, but it's not a sure thing, is it?
I'll tell you what, by the time we get to the Rotherham game, I think us three will be getting the game.
When we talked about it in the Sheffield United extra time, we were obviously really happy, but we were talking about the way how Everton are struggling for squad depth at the moment, because there's players like Alan go out and players like Tom Davis come in, who Tom's been playing well, but he's not Alan. So it's going to be a strange one. I can't see him dropping Calvert-Lewin. I know he's mentioned he wants to not play him in every game in December, but and it's a good point that obviously we're more likely to beat West Ham at home. But I feel like if we want to be up there, I don't think. And obviously we've got a tactical manager, but I don't know. It's such a hard one to guess what team we're going to play. But Owen, what team do you think we should play?
I'd probably go Robin Olsen in goal. Seamus Coleman, Michael Keane. I would go Ben Godfrey centre back with Nkunku left back, because I'm trying to sort of change the team up slightly here. I'd go Davis and Gomez, Bernard. Would James be fit? No.
I'm not sure.
Let's rule him out then and go Gylfi. Probably then Iwobi, and then if Don can play, Don, if not Tosin. God,
and it's all depending on. I don't know if probably won't, but because obviously he left for Charleston out yesterday because of the protocol with the concussions and stuff, and it doesn't help the fact that we're playing 48 hours later, because he probably not.
Doesn't happen. He gets concussion the week where there's about 4 games in a week, and it's a week he has to be.
And of course, we know how much we miss, and we talked about it in the extra time for Sheffield United as well. We know how much we miss him, and it's going to really be like just trying to get a point or something from this. I think that's going to be it, because they've got a lot of players in form as well, haven't they? Like Gundogan and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've said playing Nkunku now. It also wouldn't surprise me to see Godfrey actually play this one left back with Mina centre back, and maybe putting Nkunku in for West Ham against a team who are going to be more defensive. I don't know.
I can see Godfrey playing against City just to nullify their
that's a good
power
point.
down the wings, because if nothing, Ben Godfrey's a fantastic defender. Man to man, he's brilliant. He had 100% tackle success rate against Sheffield United the other night. So it's going to be, I think Godfrey will play. I think he might bring Nkunku in for West Ham, because he played him in the League Cup against West Ham and we tore them apart. So, Terry, what sort of team do you want to see us play?
If possible, the same team. I don't know whether it's realistic, but play this same team, do it again against West Ham, And then if you have to, the Rotherham game, put a complete scratch sides out, put, like Branthwaite in Nkunku, etc. Gordon back in. Us three in centre midfield. But
I'll show you.
Bring Owen Parks in and bring Owen Parks in. That'd be a good.
Imagine if I played with Andre Gomez in midfield. Bloody hell, we wouldn't move out across the halfway line.
Show him how to press. But
you just go over to Bernard and start talking to him about clean sheets and stuff like that.
I'd probably play well if I was next to Gomez to try and prove a point.
I would either play the same team or I'd make the three, the same team plus put Bernard for Gordon. Then other than that, Coleman maybe for one of the centre backs, and then shuffle them around, and maybe Olsen for Pickford. Whether he does that or not, I don't know, because he doesn't rotate them on a game by game basis, does he? That tended to be the cup and then the odd league game. So I think we'll probably get another spell of Pickford.
Yeah.
But yeah, Coleman, Bernard, and maybe Gomez. But one thing I hope Carlos learns is don't put Gomez and Sigurdsson in the same team. If you're gonna play Gomez, it needs to be instead of Sigurdsson. And right now, other than fitness concerns, there is absolutely no justification for playing Gomez over Sigurdsson. No. So I think if you can avoid it, which I never thought I'd say, but yeah, I would play as close to the same team as possible, grit our teeth, and then just get to the FA Cup game and then give everyone a week off for that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we will see Pickford again because Sheffield United, that was a bit of a sit-off game, that wasn't it, for him? He just didn't have anything to do really at all. He just stood there and looked like he was going to do something wrong instead of actually doing something wrong. So I think he probably will play Pickford. I can't see Olsen coming in. Maybe obviously he will. I don't know. He's not going to play Lossell against Rotherham. He'll play Olsen. I think Godfrey will play at left back. I think Coleman probably will come in at right back because he looked really good last night, Seamus. And I don't know if he'll change the two centre-backs because them two centre-backs are playing really well at the moment. So I think we just keep them the same. And, maybe Mason Holgate in for Seamus Coleman and put Coleman in against West Ham with Nkunku at left back because we need a defensive performance against City. We need to go for the jugular against West Ham, I think. We need to, get some points.
To beat them, don't we?
Yeah, we need to beat West Ham. Man City's more about trying to hit them on the counter-attack like we did with Chelsea and like we did with Leicester. So,
we're going to need against Man City. If we're going to get anything from the game, we're going to need a quick start. We can't be sort of letting the game pass by.
They're going to start quickly.
We don't end games brilliantly. And if it's 0-0 on the hour or something, like they all beat us. But if we get an early goal, we can at least get a point, I feel.
Yeah, I think we need start the game solid. We need to go in with no fear. We need to just defend everything they throw at us and try and hit them on the counter-attack because they can tire in the second half. They've got players there who can tire. And I don't know what sort of team they're going to play. I haven't looked at if they got any injuries or anything like that. But I think if we play the same way we did against Chelsea at home, we're going to be in for a pretty interesting game because I think most of it will be City trying to break us down and us, knocking the ball as hard as we can up the pitch. So, Owen, danger men for City, who are you looking out for?
I'm not sure, but if he's playing and he's fit at the moment, I think Riyad Mahrez is a really good. He's a really good player. I feel like De Bruyne, anyone who played Foden, Aguero beat up front. I think Fernan Torres is in good form.
I'm particularly worried about that Torres because he's playing well.
They're really good all over the pitch.
Yeah, and it all depends on whether some of those players have an off day. And I think if we are going to get anything, we need a little bit of luck. And to be fair, we've been getting a bit of it lately, haven't we? Luck. So, it's definitely not a write-off. We can go in and get something from the game. Terry, danger men for City. Who are you worried about?
All of them. Like you said, danger men there and listed every attacking player they've got.
Yeah.
Like, Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Aguero, Torres, Sterling, even though he's not really doing it as much as he used to. But the one who worries me the most probably is Mahrez and then De Bruyne, because their movements, we can keep our defensive shape well, but sometimes you can't account for some of the movements of Mahrez and some of the balls that De Bruyne puts in. They're just unbelievable players. So I hope that they get rested, put it that way.
Yeah, I think we need Ben Godfrey to scare Mahrez away there. Go on, what did you say, sorry?
We'll have 2,000 fans in, won't we?
Yeah, we will. And obviously we've spoke about it a lot. And hopefully everything stays the same up until January. Because obviously we're going to have 2,000 fans for this game, which City aren't used to. Those fans are probably going to pull us through. If the game was away, I'd be a lot less confident. But because we're at home, and obviously those 2,000 fans affected Chelsea and Leicester, not Leicester, sorry, just Chelsea, and it helped us through a lot of the game against Manchester United. I think it can go our way because we know the impact that Evertonians have, especially in games like this. Terry, what do you think of obviously the 2,000 fans? We've spoke about it a lot, but this game, 2,000 fans, is it the best game to have 2,000 fans against the City team with a lot of flair, but not too much in the way of grit and determination?
I think the fans being in, as it adds more to these type of performances, these defensive, sort of battling displays than it would have done if they were in for the games where we were playing really good football at the start of the season.
Yeah, definitely. It feels a bit like we've used our wild card, doesn't it? When we
we phoned a friend.
It's exactly how it feels, honestly.
Yeah, if you're going to be defending most of the game and battling for every loose ball and every 50-50, the fans being there gives you that little bit extra. Sometimes it doesn't, get you over the line, like against Man United, who played really well and are amazing away from home. But you look at the games against, Chelsea, Arsenal, we weren't attacking wise, brilliant in those games, but organisation wise and shape wise, we were brilliant and the commitment was there. And I think the fans are a big part of that. So if you're going to be playing better teams and defending all game, you want fans in there. You don't need them to have hammers float balls over to Luca Dean, as we were doing every game at the start of the season. The fans just go and enjoy that, but they don't contribute to the performance as much as they would for a game like this. So yeah. It's not a guarantee, but it's a big plus to have the fans, just fans there.
And finally, I want to talk about the performance against Sheffield United again and how it might impact this game. It's proved that Everton can win ugly, and we can, win a game that it doesn't look like we're going to win. Terry, how important is that? Because I wasn't expecting us to get anything against Sheffield United on about 70-ish minutes. I thought the game was going to finish 0-0. How do we need to win ugly again if we are going to win?
Yeah, we definitely need to win ugly, but I don't think the Sheffield United game will have any burden on this because, let's be honest, they're terrible, and we're going to be tested a lot more by City than we were by Sheffield United. So I think every game's its own animal. I think that's gone now. There's no point even thinking about it. The players. Sheffield United is a different animal. You go into this game and go, right, well, we can let Ryan Brewster out of his cage again now and send him home, and now we've got to cage a lot more dangerous quarry than him. We've got Aguero and De Bruyne and Mahrez, and that's to try and close down now. So same again.
I just think we're used to. Obviously that game took us second, and we're playing a team that was defending really well. We didn't get too much in the way of chances. It's not like we were bombarding Sheffield United with opportunities, but the fact that we came through and won it by a goal to 0, I think that just gives us a bit more belief going into it. What do you think, Owen?
Yeah, I feel like the results we've had and the way we've got them will give you belief, because if you're sort of defending deep all game and you still win and you keep doing it, it's going to add to the belief. It's probably made us completely forget that Man United game, for example. But I don't know. If you give someone the cards of Sheffield United, Man City and West Ham over Christmas, you're naturally looking at the two games either side of Man City for results rather than Man City itself. I think Man City's a containment job, and then West Ham, you're probably going to have more first teamers in that, and then hope to win the game in that one. But I don't know how it's going to go. I feel we're at home. We've got 2,000 fans there. We've got some confidence. So let's see if we can nick something. But I won't be too angry if we get beaten this one.
Yeah, and Owen, can I trouble you for a score prediction?
I'll go. I'm 0-0. I'm going to be optimistic and hope.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad result.
0-0.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
Terry,
it's the worst 0-0 in history.
Terry, score prediction.
Go for an I'll go for 0-0 as well. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing if we can stop them scoring. Then we've done obviously half the job. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Let us know what you think. Are you hopeful for Everton's home game against Manchester City? What sort of team do you want to see us play? Do you think it's more of a containment job ready for the West Ham game where we can take more points? Or do you think we need to try and win every game? Obviously, we do. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you follow Terry and Owen as well. And until the next one, we'll see you later.